How are you? It's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, blowing pages. I'm just saying, going crazy. I'm a lady. Okay, let me stop. So, bringing it back in. And there was something that I failed to mention when I was telling you all that I was going to participate in the Luck of the Draw, and I was really excited about it. I guess the fact that I'm doing 6 projects actually shows how excited I am. Either excited or crazy one. Hey, I'm crazy. Okay, let me stop. That was literally off the dome. It really was. I had not planned at all. Okay, so if this is anyone else's first time doing the Luck of the Draw, one thing that I found to be easy was figure out what project I want to do. And then I went through and I picked the colors that I wanted to see on that project, like my Aragorumi snake. Purple is my favorite color. So we're doing 5 colors. I'm choosing 5 shades of purple. And then when I learned that we had to have a base color, I'm like, the newest craze is purple and green. Let's see. So because I have one purple that has a floral pattern on it if you knit it. But it's basically the same shade of purple throughout. I have another one that is actually an ombre. So the only 2 that I have that are like really, really mixed in colors are the ombre and my base color. My base color is blue, green, and white. I don't know if you all can you see that? Okay, and then of course I have the ombre, and then I go back to the base color, and now I am up with the lilac. So yes, I have been busy today, and I'm all prepared for next week's number. So I don't have to touch the snake anymore, and until I get ready to show it to you later on. So after you pick your colors, write everything down. It might take a few sheets of paper to do this, but trust me, it's worth it. Just I know that it's in my other notebook, but write everything down. Like I wanted all 5 shades of the purple, your base color, and what I did was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, made the arrow and put my base color over to the side, so that I wouldn't be biased, because I did start after she chose the first number. I wanted to be fair I wanted it to truly be Luck of the Draw. So once I got all of my projects figured out, my color scheme for all of them figured out, then I wrote on strips of paper one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did that 6 times. So I put 30 little pieces of paper into that bucket, so that when I drew it out, if it said 1, then I knew on the project number 1, that was color number 1. And I wrote them however they came out. If I picked out 4, then I went to project number 4, which is the granny square. And if it was the first 4 that I picked out, then I know that that one is the watermelon. So that's how I did it, so that it would be fair, because all of my colors would be purple. 5 would have been purple everywhere, just purple, because I love purple, all shades of purple. And why do I have a blue and gray sweater? Because I wanted to be different. Why do I have a little Red Riding Hood outfit for my scooter? Because my scooter is red and I want it to match. I'm still a girly girl. I love matching. Why do I have a green poncho? Who said it was mine? I'm just saying. But another thing you want to do after you get your colors situated, go back and visit each item. Make sure you put what the item is. Like I have here the granny square. And then some of this has changed, but now what my granny square was going to be, and I'm glad that this allows me to change this. My granny square was going to be the granny square blanket, 4 rounds with each color, and 1 round with the base color. I was going to use my 6.0 hook. When I picked it up last night, I was like, I really want to use my 8.0. I want it to be wild, and I don't want to make just one big granny square, but I don't want to make a million little ones either. So it's like, how can I do this so that I will have 10 granny squares? Simple. I will make 9 granny squares and put them together, and then I will connect them with my 10th draw, and then I will border it out with my main color, which of course my main color is red. And I've gotten myself a little bit ahead because thinking me, knowing that this is my base color, I went ahead on and pre-made some. So when it's time to draw, when I get ready to work on this later on today, all I got to do is pick this up, add on my next 4 rounds, and I'm done. I know that I have 5 more of these to make. If I want to, I can make them tonight. I can wait till tomorrow or whatever. But set yourself up when you can. It's not cheating, it's prepping. It's just like preparing your vegetables before you cook, pulling out your measuring cups and all of your ingredients, dicing your chicken. You don't want to wait until it's completely thawed out. You want to do that when it's got a little bit of firmness to it, because it cuts so much easier. When you're cooking a roast in the crock pot. No. In the, crock pot. Oh God, my brain. But when you're cooking a roast in the crock pot, if you want to make like stew beef, which I do stew beef and vegetables all the time, then instead of buying that already cubed stew beef, it's so much better, it's so much cheaper, it's so much more cost effective to get a roast, put it in the crock pot for 4 hours on low, let it cook. That way it's cooking all the way through, and then you take it out and you cut it up into the pieces that you want. Shove all your pieces back in there. You put your potatoes in when you put your roast in. You really want to do that because they take forever to cook, unless, tell you the cheap way to do that. If you want to go ahead on and put your roast in, then you can peel your potatoes, dice your potatoes if you want to use small, especially if you want to use small potatoes that you don't want to cut up. You want to go ahead on and clean them really, really well. We have a scrubber that we use to scrub our fruits and vegetables. So we scrub the potatoes and then you boil them. That is the quickest way to cook the potatoes, because even when you do them in the microwave, if you want them cooked all the way through without looking shriveled up and like they're 259 years old, then you're going to have to put water in it. Once you add water to it, it's going to take it forever to cook. So you just put them on the stove, turn your eye on high, do not overfill your pot. If you want to use what are the big pots called? They're not called stew pots. My brain is not here today, but if you want to use one of the bigger pots and do like half full of water, because when it boils, it kind of pops and you don't want to start a fire in your house. Okay, so common sense and moderation. I'm just saying. And if I look like I've lost a little bit of weight, I have. Girl, it's some of it wasn't purposeful, but most of it has been. Yes. Okay, so not only do I put the project that I'm working on over here in parentheses, I have what my pattern is going to be. Like I said, 4 rounds with my color and 1 round with my base color. I also have over here what hook size I'm using, so I don't have to go back and wonder, did I use an I? Did I use a K? It's already written right here. Well, last night I happened to change this particular blanket, so I will go back and change that. Being that I didn't go to bed last night, I stayed up all night. My mind is still fresh on that because it's the last thing I worked on last night. So I won't have any problems changing it. But yeah, that's something that you can do to help you along. Okay? I am going to get back to work, and I am going to see you in a couple of hours. And we're going to talk about how much more I got done. Guys, forgive my absent-mindedness to all of my subscribers, new ones who've been with me since April 27th of 2024. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really, really do appreciate you. Let's keep it going. I want to see those numbers rise. To me right now, it's more the excitement of seeing the numbers rise. I do need a lot more watch hours, so I am begging you for this part. If you will, like when you get ready to go to bed at night, if you just go to one of my playlists and put it on, you can mute your TV, you can throw a towel over it, and just let it play. Just let it play. I need the viewing hours like really bad. Just viewing hours. That's what I need the most. If you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to leave comments. If it's a little more personal than that, my email address is listed in the description box. Don't hesitate to email me. So with that, I'm going to dip out and get to crocheting. I'll see you all in a bit. Peekaboo. Peekaboo, and I'm back. Hey y'all. So it's been probably about maybe 6 hours since I recorded the first part of this. I'm still getting stuff together, y'all, getting myself set up for the night because I'm going back in hard with the crocheting, but I'm going to show you how hard I went in while I was gone. So I showed you this part already, but I'm going to show it again. My lilac and my green. That's what I added today from the number that was drawn from the luck of the draw. So I'm here. Just think we got 8 more parts to go. This is going to be long. I'm going to have me a long snake. I'm going to be able to snake out some drains. I'm kind of molding as I go. And I don't know why. Well, first of all, I eat with chopsticks when I can. But seriously, I'll silverware. And I'm not going to say I don't know why. My mom taught me to eat with chopsticks when I was young. And when we first moved here, it's like the forks just kept disappearing. So I went next door to Walmart and bought 4 of the little 3 packs of forks. So that's 12 forks. And then they disappeared. So then I went to Dollar General and I bought more forks. And then all the forks came back. Forks and socks. Mystery items. Things to make you go, Okay, so we saw the snake. That was item number 1. Item number 2, our infinity scarf, or not scarf, but cowl, because it's not going to go rent. No, it's just it's going to be fluffy, and I mean, like I said, think about it. We have 8 parts to go to this, so I've already set myself up. That's my base color. We don't know what the next color is going to be, but it'll go on next, and then another base color. And I think I'm going to end this in the base color as well, so it'll be a extra row there. And I'm thinking about ending the snake. I'm thinking about doing something totally rad with the snake. Haven't decided yet, but. And this is the turtleneck cowl. The only thing, I have not added the red here because I'm running out of red. I have more red than anything, and the other red is over there. So yeah, all I have to do is add my 3 rows of red here, and I will be set up for the next number next week. So far you see 3 of my 6, right? That means I don't have to touch those anymore this week. They're done. And then I think I'll show you this one. Guys, this is working up beautifully. I decided to stick with the same pattern that I used, the puffs. Guys, and they're all called this is Rose Fume, but it's the sparkle acrylic yarn. So I keep calling this pink, but it's rose. And then of course you see the silver that we had last week, and the other 2 are blue and purple. And they're using much less yarn than I thought. Oh my god, I thought I was going to need an abundance of yarn. So I'm going through and I'm looking for skeins. I'm like, oh, I don't think that's going to quite be enough. I knew I was going to have enough for the turtleneck cowl, because that takes very little yarn. You can make like 3 or 4 per skein. It really doesn't take a lot for those. But like the regular cowl, I thought it was going to take more. And I'm looking at the buff. The buff was already pre-used, but it was like mostly here. So I've already gone 3 rows with this, and it's still a pretty firm. I wouldn't cake this just yet. I wouldn't. It doesn't go in the new pile, but it doesn't go in the scrap pile. It's not quite ready for that, because it's still pretty firm. Okay, so project number 4. So I told you that I was going to do 1 granny square, and of course my color for this one was yellow, varsity yellow, and the base color is red. And I showed you where I had already prepped myself with squares, the inner squares. So my gnome mandala is the second color for this one. And of course I'm connecting as I go. So now you have a better visual of what I'm doing. It's going to be 1, 2. The third one is going to attach here. Then it's going to be 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then from there, we're going to go one border around in the 10th color, and then the outer border will be the base color. So I'm done with my luck of the draw projects that have already been started. Might even start another one. I don't know. I mean, I know I got to do. I think at this point, the reason I haven't done the amigurumi egg is because I'm thinking about doing something different. I'm thinking about a basket of rocks. You know? I remember as a little girl I used to collect rocks, and then my daughter started collecting rocks when she got to be older and was, traveling a lot with my mom. I think the first rock she got, she bought it back from Little Rock, Arkansas. Of course, Little Rock, and she was just fascinated with the fact that she bought a rock back. And then when my son came along and got old enough, he started collecting rocks and frogs and spiders and, yes, everything I'm scared of. Yes, and yes, I am a country girl, and I'm afraid. I don't know what it's called, but I am arachnophobic. I am, and I'm totophobic. Yes. And Auntie Froggy, I love you, but I'm scared to death of frogs. It's so bad, y'all. The manager at the rental office calls me Ribbit. Let me tell you the story behind that. So, he calls me Ribbit because 2 years ago, I believe it was raining really bad. I think this is what made us first start smoking inside the apartment, because we would always smoke on the porch. We never smoked inside, and we only smoke in the bathrooms. So I don't know what I opened the patio door for, but I stepped out. I think I went out there to smoke, actually. So when I came back in, I saw something on the wall, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And I'm trying to focus and look at it, and it's big enough that it could be a baby bat, and I'm like, what is? And I'm looking and trying to figure out what it is, and this monkey jumped, and so did I. I kept trying to get frog out, and I kept saying dog. I couldn't make my mouth work. So my daughter got the broom and dustpan, and she finally swept him up and ushered him back outside. No, we didn't kill it. So I come in the room, everybody's calming down, and everybody's going to bed. So I get up probably a couple hours later, and I'm going in the kitchen to get me something to drink. And we hear, I can't do it like they did, but it was like, we just kept hearing the smacking sound. We turned on the light, and so I'm like, what is that? It was another frog, y'all. When uninvited creatures start invading my space, that's when I develop a fear, because I didn't invite you in. I did. That's like if I walk in the house and somebody's here that we didn't invite in, it's going to terrify me. And I will immediately go into defense mode. And that's why other people handle that, because ain't nobody coming out on the upside of the... Babe, let me tell y'all something. I am so bad, and I know I told y'all this before. Once I had a wallet when we lived in a duplex. And there were bushes right outside our back door. Well, just inside the back door, we had a cabinet. And I had this long wallet, yellow wallet, that I absolutely loved, to the point that I wrote my favorite Bible verse on it. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have life everlasting. So I wrote that on the wallet, real small, and it was in fluorescent, whatever. I did it with a fluorescent pen. So I didn't use the wallet for like 3 months. I had transferred everything to something else, and I decided I wanted to use the wallet again. So I picked it up. It stayed right there, propped up on the counter for the whole 3 months. So I picked the wallet up one day, and I decided I want to use the wallet. So I'm looking at the outside of it, everything, making sure everything is good, because every time we clean the kitchen, we wipe everything down. The wallet got wiped down too, so we're good. I opened the wallet up, and this black spider jumped out on me. Y'all, I had on my favorite green dress. It was like the Mrs. Beaver style dress. It had the short sleeves, button down front, tapered at the waist, flared out at the bottom. The good, mother knows best dress. When I tell y'all, I beat myself into a heart attack. No joke. No joke. I was on my way to work. I was getting my stuff ready to go to work. And I beat myself to the point that I actually had a heart attack. And when the EMTs came to get me, and they saw how black and blue I was, there it is. From here to my thighs, I had beaten myself, because when he jumped out of the wallet, he jumped this way. And and it took my best friend to put her hands on my shoulders and stop and say, get it. You stepped on him, he gone. By this time, I'm breathing, I'm clutching everything, I'm seeing all kinds of wiggle worms and everything else going around, and then I had to sit down. If I hadn't, I would have fell down. But yes, and even when I got to the hospital, the doctor called the police. The police came up, and they kept trying to get me to say someone else had beaten me, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to tell you. And every time the monitor would go beep, 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 they were like, okay, just calm down. We don't want you living in a dangerous situation. I said, okay, well, keep spiders out of my wallet. Eradicate spiders. I don't do those, Put them over there and out of my space. I'm telling you. So you're telling us you got bitten? No, I didn't. I thought it was on me. So someone was helping you? No. I did this to me. I don't think a person would cause themselves. Are you having are you experiencing depression? I'm about to catch a case of whoop yo if you don't leave me alone, sir. That's what we about to do. Ugh. And I'm asking myself at that point, when I was coming here with the legitimate, and I'm not saying my bruises weren't legitimate, but when I was coming here with the bruises that I could not have caused, like the ones on my back and, you know, the back of my neck and the ligature marks around my neck and all of this stuff. You didn't grill me then. And now that I do this to me, you giving me the 3rd degree and trying to get me to send somebody else to be locked up. No. Telling you the truth. Oh, the men in blue. You gotta love them. You gotta love them. Respect them at least. I love them. I love everybody. So I showed y'all my progress. I have been working diligently to catch up. I feel that I'm at a point that I am really caught up now. I can go ahead on and break out the 6-piece and do it. But tonight I am going to, I decided I'm only going to take the poncho one more section. So I'm going to go ahead on and add that section and end that tonight, because I want to do the tutorial for that next week. And then I can send that poncho where it needs to go. And then after that, we're going to do the balaclava. I'll be showing you that. But tonight, I'm going to add that. Oh, the peppermint smells so good. I put peppermint in my... and it smells so good. And speaking of my coconut oil, y'all, I have lost a whole jar. I don't know where it is. And I need my coconut oil. But I'll find it. But at any rate, like I said, I'm going to add that other section to the poncho, and then get you all going with that. I am going to, before I forget, so for the, and I have to go back and edit it, but if you go to my posts, that is where you will find the review for the ASL words that we've gone over. The reason I have to make an amendment, and I might make a separate post, is because I forgot to add L and M. I got excited because I was doing them as I went along, and I was like, oh, yes. And, you know, because like I said, I'm learning too. I'm learning also. So when I'm quizzing you all, I'm quizzing me too. You know, and I'm trying to make sure that I know everything. I'll write the list down, and I'll go through the list periodically and just do certain words, or I'll look at the calendar and snatch a word off there, and I'm like, okay, inch, got it, in, all right, inform, you know, and I do that to help me work. So yeah, I got excited when I got to the K's, and I had done all of them. And I was so happy and so excited, and I forgot at that point to add the L and M. But I got you. And then later on next week, like I said, that's already posted. And it's called brain farts. I think our technical term for it is CRS, because sometimes I can't. But anyway, and also in news, yeah, I'm going to get to crocheting. I'm going to get to knitting. I got some knitting to catch up on. And besides, when we go to the cottage tomorrow is sit and knit. So I got to catch up on my knitting and make sure it's done properly. So, like I always tell you, I can't hear you. Love yourself, because self-love is the greatest love of all. That's right. You cannot love others the way they deserve to be loved unless you first love yourself the way you deserve to be loved. And you deserve the best. Remember, Kitty told you. Alright? So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, again, I thank all of my subscribers. Please, 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 if you are part of the luck of the draw, go down in the comments, or better yet, go to my post. Drop me some pictures. Let me see what you're doing. That's what it's there for, guys. We gotta do this. Okay? Hey. I love you guys. But yes, and please hit the thumbs. Hit the thumbs, please. I have goals, and I need your help. Hit the thumbs, leave comments, watch the videos, put one of them playlists on, mute your TV, throw a towel or a blanket over it so that the light doesn't bother you, and while you're sleeping, just let it play. Just let it play. I need the watch hours. I need the watch hours. But at any rate, I love you guys, and I will be seeing you again here on these YouTube streets. Signing off is Kitty Lane, your baby boomer from the peninsula in Virginia.